I wanted to do is kind of set the stage for what this show is, so that the audiences out there can kind of realize what we're doing here. This is a bigger cause than just two dudes that are talking on some microphones. There's millions and millions of podcasts throughout the world, but this one is special because what it is, it's a moment in time where you get to meet a person that is highly evolved. So the way I look at the world is it's this long, windy road, right? You start your life when you are born and you end this road when you die. On the road, it winds, it twines, it goes down, it goes up, it caves, it splits, and you meet all kinds of fucking people on this journey. They can be good, bad people, but every once in a while, you meet somebody that is a wizard, and they can travel forward and backwards in this journey. And they are really ahead of life. They're way the hell up there when you're way back here. But for some reason, they go back and they meet people. You guys, everybody that's watching this podcast and everybody that's sitting here, you're special. Because that person, his name's Arash Zapar Dibazar. He is the master of his universe as I am of mine. And I met him. He came to me. Boom. He came to me one day in YouTube. YouTube land. I was struggling with my life. I was in pain and I needed solutions. And he gave me those answers. And from that point forward in my life, it has evolved to where if I start to share with you guys what it is that I've experienced, you would think I'm lying to you, think I'm crazy. Three, you won't believe me. You won't believe me. But I believe it because I've experienced it. So I know that he's experienced a lot.
Yeah, I don't think you'd lie. I think that you would be very believable. Yeah. Someone says, can't hear no one on my Instagram. I haven't spoken yet. You can't hear him for some reason? That's okay. It's Instagram Live. This is a podcast.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
So, trip on that. I'm here to learn, and I'm here to share what I've learned along the way. So I'm here to learn about your life. You're here to learn about mine, and in that process, we're going to unwind on some crazy stuff. And as we get into that, I want to kind of share what it is that you're currently doing. I was here yesterday, so let's start off with that, brother. What is it that Arash Zapar Dibazar is on? What is IMC Nation, and what is Alpha Academy Podcast?
Arash Zapar Dibazar is on weed, California weed.
Oh, that's the best kind. Another disclaimer, gentlemen. I don't do drugs. I don't consume alcohol, but I do plant medicine. So you're going to see me smoke a lot of weed. And sometimes I kind of dabble in some mushrooms, but when it's appropriate. There is a time and a place for everything. When you're working, you're working. When you're relaxing, relaxing. When it's time to smoke, you smoke. When it's time to sleep, you sleep. And I do everything correct. So I recommend most people live your life as you please. But this substance has destroyed many, many lives, including people that I care about. And I have chosen to know. But do what you please.
Is that why you brought me a gift of that?
I brought it because I know that you love scotch, bro. I'm just kidding.
So this thing has killed everybody, so I bought you a gift, AZD.
So I came to poison you. I'm just kidding. I might drink some later too.
God, this is the worst thing in the world. Here's a gift, AZD. Okay, got it. That was a test for me, and I didn't drink it.
There you go. Anybody else can partake?
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, brother, tell us about what you're doing.
Well, that's first of all, thank you for the intro and thank you for this opportunity. It's an honor to do this. Am I awkward by speaking in the microphone like this? Because I'm not used to microphones, right?
You do what you want to do, bro. I will fix this. I'm an audio engineer. Whatever you want to do, I'll fix it up.
Anyways, if you're watching me visually, I just doesn't matter, I guess. So the point is, thanks for doing this. I think you're very professional what you do. I think you are very high level. That's what I appreciate a lot. So I walk in and this is very professional. Like if you guys are, and I'm getting head nods from people that work at IMC Nation at the highest level. So we appreciate the professionalism.
Thank you. I appreciate
we appreciate the on-timeness. We appreciate the quality and the speed that you deliver. Those are very rare things, okay? So what am I up? It's going to be very difficult to answer that.
Yeah.
So I can tell you this. I have never been doing anything different since I woke up in this life and I was aware that I'm alive. At some point, I was like, oh, I'm here.
Yeah.
That's when I was no longer just reacting to life, and I was like, oh fuck, like this is my life. What's gonna happen to me at the end when I get here? What happens to my parents and what insecurities and how come people don't like me and how come I'm expressing myself and why can't I sleep? Everything that everybody deals with. At some point, I woke up to that and I became aware. At that moment, that fever took over my life more than anything else. And I have not stopped trying to understand that and explore that. And that's all I'm doing. So right now it looks like what I am doing. Then we had last night, which that's what we're talking about. We were doing a game show, a reality show
Yes, yes.
slash, God knows, it's our own creation. You know what I mean? It's like live theater that we did. It's amazing. So and that royalty management and you know, again, we're doing that tonight with Indians, and although that's what I'm doing, but it's not really what I'm doing, right? I'm still involved in trying to understand what's happening. So what Tarash leaders are doing is gaining a higher understanding of himself and others. And I've come up with ways of, like this, for example, I've come up with ways of inviting people around so that they would share their experience in a comfortable way, so that by listening to them, I think I can get a better grasp of what the hell is happening with me. That's what I'm doing.
That's beautiful.
Thank you.
And you know, I tell this to not a lot of people, a few people in my life. I tell them we are one and the same. We are cut from the same cloth. We come from the same place. We are on the same frequency. And when you speak, it's like I'm speaking.
I understand that.
In a different way, and it's really interesting. I find it funny, and I sometimes you start laughing kind of loud and crazy, and it's not because I'm crazy. Everything I do, there's a purpose behind it. Is because I laugh at the absurdity of life and how people don't understand that they can really have whatever they want. You know, I've had it all, I've lost it all, and I fear nothing. And the reason I have that mindset is because of what Josh just said, and that's what we are doing. I'm doing exactly what
I believe you.
and
I believe everybody is doing exactly what I said, and I think that's the point and why people listen to me.
Yeah.
Is because I have a way of describing what they're actually doing. You know what I mean? And I'm not embarrassed or shy about it, because I think anything else anybody's pretending to I'm doing, I don't buy it.
Yeah.
I don't buy what you're doing.
Yeah. You know what? One of the things I came across, you know, going through this transition in life and evolving into my best version of myself is that I only listen to a few people now. You know, before I would listen to everybody, and what they would do is that they would bring me down into a negative mindset. They would depress me. They would make me angry. And then I realized, like, am I in control or are they control? You know, who's in control of my life? Who's in control of my
That's
life?
a good question. Who is in control?
Who is? And it bothered me. I stayed up endless nights thinking about my life and thinking about my purpose. And yes, this morning there was a very special moment that I shared with you, which connects to the Alpha Academy podcast. This podcast is not just for men, but we are men, and we're going to give it the aesthetics of a motherfucking alpha. And if you're beta, you don't belong here, bro.
Shout out to Jesse Peters on that one.
Beta, I should put that on the drop, bro.
Jesse Peterson. Shout out to Jesse Lee Peterson for
Yeah.
for that one.
Yeah, I'm gonna put a couple of samples on here. We're gonna have just.
Oh, that would be great. I would love this.
You let me know what you need. So there was a moment today where you gave thanks to someone and you became emotional.
Oh yeah, to the Cervantes brothers. So
I want,
Oracle and
I
Powerhouse.
want you to share what went through your thoughts as that happened and why it is that.
That's a great question.
Because you said to some people crying could be beta.
Yeah, I got that from Jesse Peters.
Yeah, so let's hear it.
I was about to cry when I was thanking the Cervantes brothers this morning. And so, what do you want to know about it?
What was going through your minds that caused you to feel that emotion and show?
We'll go back to it. So I was starting class, and I said, we have in the house, Cervantes brothers. And then I thought about, okay, let me tell you exactly what happened. I saw the future.
Okay.
And I saw you were there, so now you're gonna understand. That's why it's such a great question for the people that were there. I saw what they're gonna be doing. I saw how big I saw how important they are to what we're doing. And I said they have already been important, but I saw I just got a glimpse clearly of how important they are. There's no time. It looks like we're doing this linear time, right? But when you understand quantum physics, and that's kind of a big statement, but when you begin to work with quantum physics, you understand that time is not what we think it is, right?
Yeah.
So there are moments in my life, and I can prove it in my own life, where I can get a glimpse, no intuition. Yeah. So I was gonna, thank the creator. I was gonna go through actually the whole room, But then when I hit them, I got a moment where I saw what the future holds in their relationship to me, the world, INC Nation, and what they're doing. And that got me very emotional because it was enormous. We're not doing a little thing here. You know, here's the thing, man. I tell you, because I hear it. We're doing student-teacher relationship. I'm gonna go in that context, okay? Because I hear it. You have not been acknowledged properly so far. You know that, right? People are not taking the time to tell you what I said in the beginning. Let me say it again. You're extremely professional. You're sharp. You know what you want, and you're gonna get it, right? And you've had no help. This is my perspective. I'm just looking from the outside, tell you what I see. You've had no help, right? So that means a certain shell on the outside that makes sure that you're not gonna get injured again, right? And so it's interesting because what I've discovered, I've been in that situation. That's how I know. And what I've discovered that helped me a lot is in the beginning of the Course of Miracles. And I think the Course in Miracles, it's a book.
Okay.
And it's the very first statement in the book. It says, nothing real can be threatened, nothing fake exists, or something similar to that. That changed my life, that little piece. Because I realized that, and that's the confidence and the relaxation that you feel around me when I'm in my element. I'm in my element. And I realized that there's nothing that anybody can actually do to stop me from having my destiny. Anything that they do, do I believe my destiny has been written? But you know, certain things happen, whether or not I lay down and sleep, or work towards it. This is an interesting situation. It calmed me down. Whether you like it or not, you're gonna be as big as Joe Rogan.
Yeah, I know. You gave that to me.
I know that. So I wouldn't because I approach every time I work with you. I approach it like I can feel it. This is like I said, there's gonna be a lot of people watching this. You know, so I already know that we're speaking for where you. How would I put this? You don't need to try at all to prove who you already are. You allow the seed its time to blossom and grow, because at some point it turns into such a giant tree that nobody could deny it.
Yeah.
Right? And what you're doing is you're in contact with your own inner world, so you know the potential of you, you know the strength of you, and nobody can see it on the outside. But it's not because they can't see you; it's because they can't see. Period. Take up. They're blind. Thank you. You're doing it, right? Nobody can do anything to anybody else. That's one of the things I've learned. And that takes a lot of responsibility, right? So like when we see someone that we love or we care about, there's something about the way that they're behaving that's not us. You know what I'm saying? And when we get, because the same person could suddenly an hour later be totally flipping out on some negative shit because they came across somebody that was behaving in a way that made the worst part of them come out. But as long as the person is pointing outwards from themselves, they'll always be at the level they are. And we have to grow, right? I grow, you grow, we grow. Negro! The audience goes, I say the word grow, and then I go, you go, Negro. And Clyde goes, Negro! Okay, anyways, I don't want to belabor the point. You are already at the level that you're imagining yourself to be. Look at so many years people said to me, bro, we should have a lot more followers. Bro, how come you don't have that many views? How come you don't have, I don't fucking know it. I don't fucking know. Yeah. And then when I finally got some views on TikTok, I didn't even do it. They did it. Yeah. Right? My own fucking TikTok has barely any fucking people on it. Right? So it's interesting. Should I exert all that effort to try to get the views? Because the views came whether or not, but I knew that already. When people would ask me in the beginning, I would get angry on YouTube. Like, well, you know what? You'll see. You know what I mean? You'll fucking see. And then, 46, I've been through it. Exactly. I know that feeling. I know the feeling. I know that. Some questions about it. Yeah, I know that feeling. But that's what I'm saying, right? Since we're doing the student instructor context right now, right? Then I would say the advice is just to know that you are already exactly what you know you are, and to allow the universe to give you all the experiences necessary to strengthen you. Because if I had come up to the way I'm blown up now a year ago, I would have not been prepared to handle it. I had to go through all those objections to be strong enough. Now I'm ready. Now I'm ready to face Andrew Tate. What does that mean? It means that he's gotten so much attention. Most people never. right? And so that's about attention to pay. We can talk shit, this and that, but that's amazing that he's done that. Now I'm prepared to face him on the world stage because I can handle all the obstacles and objections that would come up with being in that position.
Yeah.
Right? So whatever you're going through is just strengthening you for what you can't be denied. You can't be denied. The seed cannot be denied its birthright. It's going to be a tree.
Yeah.
It can be plucked out of the ground if you die early, but if you just stick around and let life nourish you, your experiences of life will make you who you're supposed to be. I truly believe that.
Yeah.
I choose to believe that. I can't prove it. But like Jim Carrey said, he gave the speech in Maharishi. Shout out to Maharishi, my show, he did do that. He said, life doesn't happen for you. It doesn't happen to you, it happens for you. And he said, and I don't know if that's true, but I choose to believe it. And I respect that. Whatever I just said right now, I don't know if it's true, but I choose to believe that because it's my experience of life.
Yeah. So, yeah, for people that are listening, I was talking to one of your guys earlier today. I don't know who it was. Oh, no, it wasn't a guy. It was one of the girls, the models that were here.
Could have been a guy.
That could have been. That's another story for another time. But the point is that she had asked me about the book, Alchemist, and they told her an illustrated version, which was kind of a dumbed down version, where they had pictures and then they made it more simple for people to understand. And I told her that I actually appreciated that because I've read hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of books and courses, and I've invested millions of dollars into myself. And 95% of that show I wasn't hit. It was way too advanced. Like you said, what choking is you chew more than you can swallow. It means you'll hear people say like you're doing too much, and then you try to get this, and you're like, I'm shutting wrong, and you step, you go 200 miles an hour on the freeway, you crash and you kill yourself. You're a fucking retard, So what you need to do, like I was telling you earlier, I only listen to a few people, and these are men that are those wizards that are on that rocky road that have keys to a lot of potential, and they see what you said, who I want to be a great man. You respect me in that sense. So then you give me so much, bro. And I try to return that favor with this I know my things. I know I can take what I can do. I'm a weird dude, man. If you see my daily process, you would trip out. I have 2 laptops going. I got headphones on.
Are you upset that they work?
Yes.
Good. And that's going to be successful.
And I listen to frequencies of healing and positivity. On top of that, I have a podcast where I'm learning something called Hazard Background Noise, which is that frequency that's elevating me. I'm fasting, I'm eating all the foods, I'm putting the right substances in my body, I'm training every single day, I'm learning something, and then I'm working on my computer, doing emails, this, that, other. Over here, I'm doing 10 other things, and I have headphones and headphones. The other headphones that are top of Apple AirPods are doing something completely different, and I have a little bit of ADHD. It's hard to focus, and it has killed me as a kid, as a young adult, where they would prevent me from accomplishing my goals, but I found a solution for me, and it's different than yours. And your job is to find your own solution. You're not going to.
What's the solution?
I operate by doing multiple things at the same time. Multiple businesses, multiple connections, multiple everything, because I am also a wizard as you are, and I've unlocked those keys of myself. I am me, you are you. Do not put your cash in my mansion. If I allow you to come in and talk to me, don't give me no negativity, don't give me problems. I'm here to solve the answers to the world. And the people that I listen to are the only people that will take care of access like you. There's people like Martinez, Gary Cornegay, even Chris Lopez I listen to and respect.
Even Chris Lopez. Chris Lopez.
We're cool now. Just I squashed that thing.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, we're good now. All you talk for me. You do not know who he's been on, but I do.
Chris Lopez.
Yeah. And these guys are all the same. They're the same. They are cut from the same cloth. Mike Tyson, all these great men, David Goggins, I know them, and they know me. And all of you that are in here are feeling something right now. I can sense it's either doubt or it's certainty. And that's not my problem. I don't give two shits what anybody thinks of me.
How's that going for you?
It is causing greatness to unlock.
In what way? Tell us.
I am misunderstood, and I'll tell you why I cried.
You cried today. Why did you cry today?
You said some things that unlocked something in me that most people don't see. And I don't show a lot of people my weakness.
Uh-huh.
And there was a moment that I had to let it out in respect. In the same way that you kind of showed emotion, I was showing that same respect to you. And all those that I mentioned have done the same thing. And it's a little difficult to explain, but what I will do, if that's okay with you, I will share you a story of my life, which transcended me and allowed me to grow. And it was the moment that I almost killed myself.
Mm.
And,
Suicide?
yes.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not going to go into detail because it involves a lot of people that I don't want to ask that. But essentially, after I was divorced,
Yeah, she's fine.
Yeah, and I had two
Good job on
stepkids.
that. Hey,
It's because of you.
no, hey.
And I had two stepkids.
You're all love, bro.
Ready for state, ready for shitload of money, partying like rock stars. On the outside world,
Hey, not to me.
I know because you saw.
I was telling everyone this guy's coming over. No doubt. You see that nodding? I was watching your Instagram. I was going. It's just a matter of time.
It was. It all ended in a very explosive way, and I saw evil.
You really did. Just so you know, I really did.
Yeah,
I
I saw
saw.
things. And it got to the point where I just didn't want to be in pain anymore. I was severely depressed. I had panic disorder, anxiety, I was fat, depressed. Like I was a slave in my mind.
I know that feeling.
And I was drinking a lot at the time, so my mood was even lower. Wasn't working out. I was eating like crap, sleeping like shit.
You were destroying yourself. You understand?
Yes.
Yourself.
Yeah. I was in self-destruction. Yeah. And went through that.
Did you have anybody that you felt at that moment? Was there anybody in your life that you felt I cannot destroy myself because of them, because they need me around? Was there anyone like?
This is why I laugh. See, I'm laughing because I'm not crazy. Listen to this. So I went, I'm not going to say where, but I went to a building.
Okay.
I didn't have a gun for many reasons.
Don't incriminate yourself.
Yeah, exactly. And I went to some random building, and I was going to have I had a bottle of Jack Daniels. And I'm going to be very raw and open.
Yeah, for sure.
And, I'm fine with whatever the consequences are because I don't care. And
Don't confess anything. Only if you were going to hurt yourself.
Yeah,
okay.
Exactly.
Snitch on yourself.
I'm not self-snitch. Shout out to fucking what's his name, Bruce Rivers. So I drank half the bottle and I was being selfish. I was suffering. And I went over the edge. I was standing with my hands on the rails.
On the rooftop?
Yeah. And the bottle was over there. I was half gone because I didn't want to be doing it now. And I looked down, looked at the floor, and I said, "Is this gonna hurt?" That's what I said to myself. And
could you hear that voice in your head at that time?
Yeah, I wasn't saying that.
That's the voice of the devil.
Yeah, I know. I have many times.
Yep.
He knows me too. Stuff.
Yeah.
And I said, "Is this gonna hurt?" And I said, "Yeah, it's gonna hurt." Then you're suffering people. Would you rather hurt for a minute, or would you rather hurt for the rest of your life? Right? And I was being a little Vega.
Bam! Just Peter. Every time I say, I gotta say, just Peter.
And right as I was about to choke, and it was in my mind. Crazy. The voice spoke to me and it said a name.
That's okay, you cry. It's your show. Cry if you want to. Cry if you want to. It's your show, you can cry if you want to. What's your mother's name? Right. And the question I asked was, if you were going to kill yourself, was there anybody that was going to suffer because of that, right? That was kind of what I was asking you. Would anybody not be okay with you not being?
That's it. suffering. I would get,
Yeah.
and I couldn't bear it. I fucking snapped out, dude. Like it was like I was drunk as shit, right? Within 1 second, I was so
Half a bottle of Jack
half a bottle.
goes away like
Yeah,
that.
like that. And I went like, I was fucking the most fear.
You woke up.
The most fear I've ever felt.
Wait, because you thought you were about to go.
I was not hurt. And then I thought my dad, I thought my nephew, I thought my brother, the people that I love that would suffer if I did that. And then I thought my future, like, the gifts that God gave me, I was not going to show the world. I was being made.
You know what? You woke up.
I woke up. It was my awakening, is what I call it.
That you woke up.
Yeah, and I jumped fucking like dude, I was like strong. I went over that ledge, and my heart was going like a million miles an hour. And in that moment, I made a decision. I said, from this day forward, I started to say mantras. And these mantras you gave to me. I started, yeah, a lot of them. There's others that I've learned from other mentors of mine.
Fuck you is a good one.
That's a great one. I put on my others just like
Fuck you.
And I've been saying fuck you a lot.
Yeah.
The words that came to my mind was, you're doing. And from that day forward, every day I get better and better.
How long ago was that?
It was a year ago. A year and a half.
It's only a year ago.
Yeah.
That's fresh.
And in that year, it's unbelievable how I have transformed my life to who I am today. If I tell you what I am doing, it's unbelievable. But I know exactly what I'm doing and where I'm going. And every single person that follows this message and is part of the movement is going to elevate whatever they do. I don't know who you want to what you do. You can be you can have a psilocybin mushroom bar company. You can have a clothing company. You can have a podcast. You can have a men's development. Whatever you want to fucking call it. I don't care if you're a barber or a stylist. If you listen to the message of that frequency, that many call God, many call boss, call it what you make, you will become better. And that is my life's purpose. And that purpose has a name. It's called Dreamz to Reality.
Nice.
I convert people's dreams into reality. I don't know what that dream is, but I tell them it's a double-edged sword. Whatever you want, you will get. Be ready. So if you want success, prepare for war. So I am forging a caricature, an avatar. It's called the animal. I'm not crazy, so I don't rant and start fucking going all crazy. It's because it's a person that I must become to elevate to where I need to be. Because too many people rely on me. My parents, my brother, my neighbors, you guys all rely on me.
You're lucky.
You don't even know it. And part of that comes with that fuck you mentality where I have
You have to say fuck you to the devil.
Yeah, I told them in the ribs and shit. But it's making me pretty frustrated. That's why I'm here with you today to help me release some of this frustration. And every single second that I hear you talk, brother, you're doing that. And I thank you. So my next question to you is, I have started to burn a lot of, I wouldn't call it burn bridges. I would say eliminate weakness from my life. And unfortunately, some of that weakness is people that have poisoned me. And it hurts because I tried to help these people, and in return, they spat in my face. They call me names. They said I'm crazy. They say slow down. I'm doing too much. They try to dim my light, and I become furious. And I have an anger problem, bro. And I want to just destroy the world and anything that comes in front of me. And I've been telling people, fuck you, get the fuck out of my way if you're not with me or against me. What gets in the way becomes the way, and you're getting in my way, and it's causing a bit of pain. And I can't allow that. And so what advice do you do?
How do you feel feeling all that?
I feel incredible. I feel powerful.
So when you're angry and hating everyone, you feel great?
No.
That's what
I feel extreme anxiety. I feel, I don't want to use the words that are not accurate, but if I were to use a word, I would say it's extreme anxiety.
Yeah, it's not a good feeling.
It's not good. It's a negative feeling. And I think that's bringing me down,
So remember, advice, suggestion.
Yes.
Right. First advice is that we can't push something past the cycle that it needs to go through. So you're going to go through it.
Yeah.
But knowing this, for me, because I went through that too, I started realizing that my response to them, even though I was defending myself, when it was over and I was gone, I was
Say I do. You will see me walk around.
You're amped up.
I'm like fucking ready to fight, dude. I tell people like part of my character. By the way, my character is the animal, like David Goggins.
Yeah.
Who he is.
Yeah.
So it's like an extreme version of stuff.
Yeah.
And when I put on the glasses, this is some shit I came up with.
No, it's fine.
I say it's because if you look in my eyes, they're piercing, and it's either fight or fuck. So
They're crying.
Or they're crying. Just get them all fucking let them shut. But it's also part of my character. So, so yeah,
everything that the world gives you, shout out to Mama's Pope, my teacher. Everything that the world gives you, use it as an aesthetic to tell your story.
Okay.
And because your story is so much more beautiful than you're about to jump off. Right? Your story is so much more beautiful than people are trying to stop you. Your story is so much more beautiful than your friends see and pay attention.
Yeah.
All of this is a nice climb to Mount Everest. Nobody wants to climb that hill.
That's true.
I made it to the top of the hill, everybody.
Yeah, there was this one person that I put on my yes, give me more. I want more. Keep going. Tell me. I need this. I need this challenge. And they're like, what the fuck is wrong with you? And I was like, understand that. I need an opponent. The reason I'm fighting MMA next year in April or May, I need an opponent. I'm calling out everybody, bro. The first thing, Mikey Garcia, fuck you, bro. I'm calling you out. I don't give a fuck what way you're at. I will fight you in an MMA fight. You're a good boxer. I give respect to who earns it. You're a world champ boxer. But I'm a fighter. And I will drop you on your head, and I'll tap you out, and I will beat the shit out of you. So you better take this fight, bro. If not, you're a beta.
Just kidding. I'm involved in some kind of beef stuff. I
Yeah.
know who the fuck this guy
He's a character, bro. Don't worry about it. He's a little boxer.
Okay. You want to box it?
No, I want to fight him in an MMA. He doesn't know.
You know something that
I know everything about you. I hear you. Come at me. And if I get shot or killed someone.
yeah. All right, got it. What if you get shot? Should I check you? Just the other way.
That's the turn in the house. Yeah. That's
Rio.
Rio? Oh, that's your turn, huh? He's a little expensive though, so you better have at least 20K.
Wait, DJ Billy.
Oh, in the mix! That's right. In the mix! Okay. That's all right. He's in the mix. Right now he's partying in fucking Vegas.
Oh, that's
Yeah, he's on a fucking boat. I got to meet the Nick Diaz up. Right? I think it's like a family ship. She'll be on Instagram, having a boat like. Shout out to in the mix.
Okay. Yeah. So that's kind of the mindset I have right now.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's exactly what you said. You're gonna carry your mindset. So if you like living in that consciousness, if you like living in that space in that world, then you're in it. But if you're feeling anxiety and nervousness, that's why I keep working on me because I don't want to carry that.
me either, bro.
Yeah. So you know what? As long as there's an enemy outside those doors, it's going to be very simple. But when my neighbors are my friends and they get to watch my back, I can leave my car unlocked and even my house unlocked and say, you guys can come in and grab some food whenever you want. Now, if I can get to that level of trust with people, I'm going to have a different experience in the same neighborhood. Now, there could be a black guy, Mexican, a white, or a purple guy, right? And the next neighbor says, man, I'm going to get that guy because the last white guy that did that, I'm going to fuck you up and he's going to see, right? And he's going to have that experience, right? And so I'm going to have to. The point is, everybody's living in their own house, having their own house. So if you're feeling the anxiety and the nervousness and upset, that's of the internal space we have to do. And in fact, at some point, they become. I'm trying not to say the words that I've read because I think there's a better word than that. The words that I've read that are real to me is they become your best teachers, but I don't consider them my teachers. at all. I consider them not my teachers. Actually, I don't teach this. So they're not my best teachers, but they become my greatest puzzle to solve to find myself. Because they've given me the resistance that I have to overcome something in me to face them with peace inside of me. And so if everyone's always nice to me and everyone's always being friendly and answering me or whatever, then I'm not going to get to see a part of me. But then suddenly I walk out and I'm like, fuck you, you're a pussy, AZD. You're a pussy. You're a liar. You're a son of a bitch. So I'm trying to maybe like handle him. I gotta and if he wasn't crazy, which is rare to find like a crazy person, right? Then I gotta ask myself, what the fuck did I do to bring that about, right? And if I can do that, then there's gonna be something in me that triggers me. If I can get rid of that, then I can walk the world more at ease, which is my goal. My goal is to walk.
Yeah, as is mine.
Right?
I'm starting to surrender.
Yes, that's what it is.
I hear you mention a lot. I haven't read a lot of those books, but I know it's teaching you and the people that really study him and really mentored by him. And I watched little clips of him speaking on YouTube. It's good. But I never actually sat and read his full books. But that's something that keeps on coming up when I think of him as surrender.
Yeah,
He looks so fucking peaceful. Like the dude looks like so like.
yeah, he's got it. He's got it.
That's what I want. I want to have that intense individual.
So I'll ask him how many enemies he has. That would tell you why he has the peace that he has.
That's interesting.
Ask Michael Singer and Eckhart Tolle and Keith Nalhan, some of the people that I see have peace. Maharishi Mahesh, go ask them a conversation, a real conversation. Say, how many people do you consider your enemy? And I think their answer would be very different than, let's say, if I go and find a homeless man down the street, right? And he's all fucked up. And I say, how many people, don't like you and want to get at everybody's out. I'm being watched by a fucking spy plane right now, or some shit. And so internally, we're carrying our own world. Ultimately, what we want is to be able to be in the worst physical condition, but at peace. That's a stoic. And that's shout out to my brother, Sammy. Okay, Sammy Luna. The Red Dragon. That's why he's the mindset and very happy. You know what I mean? So you guys gotta be that's my suggestion, right?
So that's powerful. So this part of the podcast, what I'd like to do is I'd like to open up to an audience that's both your social media and asking questions that you personally want to respond to. You have full range and control to do that. Anybody that's in the room that wants to ask either a follow-up question based on something that we maybe want some deeper understanding on, either from you or Rob, you can go ahead and speak into it.
And if there's anybody typing anything online, just ask if anybody has any questions. You can tell us.
Yeah, Chris, you can take charge of asking questions. Sure. So we'll go ahead and open that up. First.
If there's anybody, give it a minute.
Yeah.
I got a question.
Question, yeah.
Okay, so this is a
Give me
question.
1 second, sorry.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Like you just gave a shout out to Sammy, and when that whole experience happened with certain organizations seeking an affiliation with you, and all this process that you've been through of checking your anger, forgiveness, that's happened in the last 6 to 12 months. Did you ever find yourself losing cool or getting angry in situations that you were like, well, now there's a lot more dangerousness on this communication? How did you evolve?
Yeah, great. Manu Tikbo, before he passed away, he was very clear with me. He said, Raj, the more powerful you become in life, the more you can't make the same silly mistakes you used to make. He gave me a very specific example, actually, that I'm going to show you. He said, if you were riding a tricycle as fast as you can, like pedaling it, and if you made a mistake, you may scrape your knee, right? He said, but if you're on a fighter jet plane, you made a mistake, you may die or kill a bunch of people because of he said what do you use? the word will come to me later, but what he meant was that the increment available making a mistake at the higher level is less and less and less. And so as you become more powerful, you cannot make the same mistakes anymore. Right? For example, if you become very good with your communication, you speak and penetrate into people. There are times I've been in arguments and fights, and I've actually not said something because I know that those words would later just destroy a person. And the person would never know that in my heat and anger, in my like most just like, fuck you, I want you to die, I'm not going to say certain words because I know that I'm going to damage the shit out of you. Now, why am I not going to do that? Because you start realizing that you can't hurt another human being. You can't hurt another human being and be okay at the same time. I can't prove that. Okay, so the way it works is that was one. The second thing he said one day, and this is one of my favorite things. I remember so clearly where I was. I had my old best friend's house. I had a problem. I called up Monty. Blah 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 blah. Yeah, right. And he said one day, and I remember because as he said it, I touched a little tree. Like right. He said one day you're going to be able to touch a leaf on Earth and vibrate the moon in the sky. I don't know why he knew these things about me, right? But as I become older and more mature and I clean out my system, I see things. I mean, he was so advanced, right? So this imagery he gave me, whether it was real or not, stuck with me. So as I go further and further in life, I'll give you guys an example, right? Nick Diaz is coming, so I'm doing good with him. We'll be here in about an hour.
Quick break. Well, not break, but time
Martin.
It's 5:15. What time do you need?
I leave here. I definitely want to shower. Can I shower here? Okay. If we finish by 5:30, I can get a little wait. Maybe like
10 minutes. All right.
Okay, yeah.
So after you wrap this up, I'm gonna take over those.
Okay. So let me finish this fast. Okay. So basically, the bottom line is, as I higher and higher, and I deal with higher level people, right? I don't want to make a mistake. You understand that? It's like your ethics become higher. Like if we were all going to eat with, President Donald Trump tonight. Let's say he was showing up. We would all be in our best behavior. I guarantee it. Just his presence would elevate us. We would not want to fuck up because we respected them so much. So the answer to you is the people that I'm dealing with, Nick being one of them, my brother Sammy, different people. I have so much respect for them that I'm gonna give them my best. I don't want to fuck up, right? And that's important for people to know because I don't hold myself little. I don't hold myself below any man, anywhere, right? But that's part of the reason why I don't hold myself below any man, anywhere, because I don't also hold myself above any man, anywhere. I'm just in my own lane. Like I'm just doing what I'm doing. So of course, in what I'm doing, I'm going to be great. But I'm just going to do what I can't do a podcast like this. I don't have that. I'm great at what I'm doing, but that's why when I involve myself with anybody here who's working behind the scenes with me, I just let you do what you do so I can do what I need to do. In fact, when who's got a win today? Islam Makhachev. Shout out to Islam Makhachev. Man, what an incredible fight!
Nice fight,
right?
Yeah, and listening to your commentary was so enlightening.
And that's what I want to say.
I just got an idea that we're going to start our own fight.
That would be so good. That would be so good. Right? I love that. And I can bring some of my fighter friends to sit with us. Right? Yeah. Okay. So the point is, it's not that he won the fight. That wasn't that impressive to me. Honestly. It was about me. It was impressive, but it was as impressive as anybody fighting anybody and winning the fight, whatever. But when he won the fight and the guy fell, this dude turned around and told the audience like this. As they were cheering him, and he was like this. And you see his face. And there was no jumping up and down, right? And why am I saying that? There was a reason why I said that. Speckled up, yes. So you see and hear the respect he has for life.
Yeah. Another thing that I noticed was his true respect.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, so he was doing it there, but they asked him, what does it feel like? He said, look, it's not a time to celebrate right now.
Yeah.
There's children dying.
And
I can't, it's not a celebration. I respect my opponent, his team, this and that. Thank you to Dana White never says that. Everyone's always talking shit about Dana White. Always talking shit about him. Everywhere you go. I have friends of mine that talk shit about him. And this guy turns around and says, and also, and it's so nice to see that. That's why it was one of the best fights I've ever seen. Both of those guys. I became a fan today. So if I get a chance to be around those men,
We will.
I don't want to give them less than my perfection if I can, right? I want them to see in me my work on myself, like I saw the work they did on themselves. That's a man with character who wins the UFC championship and comes back and tells the crowd to be quiet, celebrate another man that's not defeated. Hush down, give him respect, let him get up, let's hug him and move on. Wow, that was so powerful. It's one of the greatest moments there.
Yeah, it was a really impactful moment of the day. There's been some, and we got some more tonight. We're going to be having Nick Diaz in the house.
And Martin Sano Jr.
Shout out to
my good friends.
They will give the respect that they have earned in the IMC Nation, as well as the Dreamz to Reality Nation. Will you name? And what as we wrap up, I know you got to get going, brother. I want to tell you guys a few things. This is a movement. This is #IMCNation. Make sure you tag any of the posts with that hashtag, as well as #Dreamz to Reality. This is the movement of quantum leaping your growth. And if you tap in, you are going to evolve. And the first way that you can tap in is if you're a man. If you are an adult man, then you need to become part of the Alpha Academy. Where can they find where to sign up for the Alpha Academy?
Question. I think it's Chris, how do people sign up for my
Let's know a little bit about cruise lines. Actually, no, this was
how do people sign up for the Alpha Academy? This guy's $97 a month. Okay, which ends up being like very little for what's going on. And it's the first step to we gather every morning, 7 days a week. We gather at 10 a.m. Me and some of the greatest men that you'll see. And we talk about these concepts and we share and we grow. I grow, you grow, we grow.
Hold on a second, I put up the wrong mic.
ARASHZEPAR.com. So IMCBase1.com, you see other information there. So IMC Nation, IMCBASON.com.
Sure. So guys, check that out. Also, make sure you check out our sponsors' websites and links. They're all going to be below. Make sure you download. That you follow and subscribe to the Dreamz to Reality Podcast Network, where this show is going to air and many more to come.
I do want to say something about the Alpha Academy. So everybody has one free attendance class. Just get a hold of any IMC Nation guy that knows me and say, I would like to attend the class for free. Come do a free class.
Awesome.
See what it's like. You can't buy something you don't know what it is, right? What's Alpha Academy? Show up to class.
That's something that I goes over. We'll talk about that next time. Thank you all.
Thank you. Jay Grudel. Welcome.